So today we're talking about order of operations, which is just your basic Algebra 1 skills, and we're going to talk about Pemdas, if you remember that. So first let's look at this example, and we want to know which is correct. So we talked about in class you work with a partner to figure out which one of these you think is the correct answer. And a lot of you came up with the correct answer, which is this one. And we'll talk about why that is correct in a second. Okay, so rules for order of operation, PEMDAS. So the first one we have, let's see if I can get this to work. All right, so first thing for PEMDAS is the parentheses. So you always want to do the parentheses first, and we want to work from the inside to the outside. So if you have multiple sets of parentheses, we always want to start with the ones that are closest inside and then work our way out. Second is going to be the exponents. So the exponents include your powers or your roots or your radicals that you see, whether it's a square root or a cube root. If you have something like 5 squared, then you want to do that first. So there's our P, there's our E. So then next, this is a little hard to see, we have our M and our D together. So we have multiplication and division at the same time, but you work from left to right. So just like you write from left to right, we multiply and divide from left to right in that order. And then the last one is going to be our AS. So addition and subtraction, similar to the M and the D, you work from left to right in that order. So there's our PEMDAS. P is parentheses, E is exponents, M is multiplication, D is division, but you work in order from left to right. A is addition and S is subtraction. All right, in class we created our PEMDAS foldable into our OMG folder. And then we work through some examples together. So on this first example, using our PEMDAS rules, first, I look for any parentheses. I don't see any. No exponents. So then let's look for multiplication. So here, I have some multiplication here, and then I have some division here. Remember, we do multiplication and division from left to right. So I have 15 minus, and let's go ahead and over here, remember, we're not using our calculator, so I want to see some old school multiplication. 4 times 3 is 12, so carry the 1. 3 times 1 is 3, add the 1 is 42. So this, in this bracket, becomes 42. And I'm just going to write divided by 6. Okay, so now let's do this division. So 15 minus 42 divided by 6 is 7. So now I have 15 minus 7. And 15 minus 7 gives me 8. Please box or circle your answers so I can always find your answers easily. Okay, next example. So again, here we look at PEMDAS. I see no parentheses, no exponents, so let's do multiplication and division. Now, you see that we're dividing here. Oops, sorry, a little off. We're dividing here, but that's still going to be the last thing we do. So this one's a little tricky. We want to do the top separately from the bottom, and then we'll divide. So on the top, let's go ahead and multiply the 2 and the 7. So that gives us 14. Plus, let's multiply the 5 times the 3, so 15. Divided by, on the bottom, 30 minus 29 is 1. And now I can do my addition. So on the top, 14 plus 15 is 29. On the bottom, I just have 1. And 29 divided by 1 is just 29. So when you have one that's in a fraction like this, you just treat this top separately from the bottom, and then you can divide at the very end. Okay, number 3, no parentheses, so let's go do our exponents. I've got 3 squared and 6 squared. So this becomes 9 times 10 minus 36 divided by 12. Then multiplication and division from left to right. So I'll do this multiplication is 90, minus this division, 36 divided by 12 is 3, and then 90 minus 3 is 87. Number 4. So finally we have some parentheses here. So let's do that first. So 16 divided by 4 times 3 squared minus 6, and in the parentheses I get 2 times 3 is 6. Then I'll do my exponents. So 16 divided by 4 times 9 minus 6 times 6. Multiplication and division from left to right. So here's a great example of where the division is before the multiplication, but we'll still work it from left to right. So 16 divided by 4 is 4 times 9 minus, I'm going to go ahead and multiply those, 36. And now I can multiply these two together. 36 minus 36, which is 0. All right, 2 more. Number 5. So no parentheses, no exponent, so let's go ahead and do multiplication. I have a 2 times a 7 and a 6 times a 5. So 14 plus 5 minus 3 plus 30 plus 3. No more multiplication or division, so then we just add and subtract from left to right. So 14 plus 5 is 19. And I'm just going to write it out so that you can see all the steps. Then 19 minus 3 is 16. 16 plus 30 is 46. And then 46 plus 3 is 49. There's your final answer. And then the very last one, we've got all kinds of things happening here. So let's start with parentheses. We've got 2 sets of parentheses. We've got this inside here, and then these brackets are another form of parentheses. So we have 20 minus, I'm going to leave the brackets for now because I want to do the inside parentheses first. So 2 plus 14 is 16 plus 5 divided by 4 squared minus 13. So then on top, I want to now do this parentheses, but inside that parentheses, I have exponents, so I need to do that. So 20 minus 16 divided by 16 plus 5 divided by 4 squared minus 13. Now here we can finish this one up. So we get 20 minus 16 divided by 16 is 1 plus 5 divided by, we can go ahead and simplify the bottom. We get 16 minus 13. So let's combine the top. Running out of room here. I'm going to go down here in blue. So I have 20 minus 1 is 19 plus 5 divided by, on the bottom, 16 minus 13 is 3. So that gives me 24 on top divided by 3, which is 8. So you should be able to do the homework now if you weren't in class today, or this is just a great review for you. But that's it.